Hello, welcome to the Two Chicks Homestead podcast. We are the two chicks. Yay!
Hi, I'm Nate.
And I'm Erin, and we talk about homesteading and living on a small piece of land.
All right, everyone, welcome to episode 63.
Yep.
August 2nd.
Yep, it is August.
Yeah.
It is like the beginning of harvest season.
Exactly.
Which is technically fall. We'll just call it fall.
Well, I mean, harvest for us is all year, all summer long almost.
Yeah, but it's the first of the harvest holidays. It's
True.
August 1st.
Yes, that is very true.
So it's the beginning, or the wheel of the year is turning.
Yep.
Now we're into harvest time.
Yep. And the garden is going nuts. It's huge.
Yes, I like to call this the beginning of garden overwhelm, where you go out there and it's like, oh, crap.
Yep.
There's a lot of stuff out here.
And there have been a few mistakes that have been made.
Yes, so I learned something very important. Now, we grow pumpkins, and they are like my favorite thing. Mm-hmm. They're like the most useless thing that we grow, but I love them. My favorite.
We had like 15 to 20 of them out front last year.
Yes. So the past few years, we've always had pumpkins. And then I got this bright idea that I'm going to save my pumpkin seeds from my pumpkins, and I'm going to plant and be like, shoot, why am I buying seeds? Like, it just seemed so natural. It doesn't work.
Would you like to explain why it didn't work?
You grow mutant squash that does not carve and is kind of a mix between spaghetti squash and like butternut squash. It's not terrible, but it's not a pumpkin.
Well, I think a lot of our mutant squash last year
were a mix between zucchini and pumpkins. So apparently if you have cross-pollination, you can't use your own pumpkin seeds.
Right.
You have to buy or find someone who actually did it correctly.
Now, I will say, I did kind of know this already, but...
Well, I didn't see you out there planting. You saw me saving the seeds.
I didn't think about it.
Well, that doesn't help me.
Yeah. I didn't even think about it.
So yeah.
But after the fact, yes, I do remember hearing that. Yes, I do remember you're not supposed to do that. Whoops.
So... I'm starting pumpkin seeds.
Yes.
In the end of July in Illinois.
Yep.
See if we get some pumpkins. Even if we get just little ones, they don't need to be huge. So, we'll see. I've got them in cups in our hydroponic system, just underneath the lights. And
yep. I don't know where we're going to put them. We'll figure that out.
I don't know. We'll yank out all the other things and put them where they were.
Yep. So, that mistake was made,
so now I know.
It's all right. It's learning.
I know.
It's garden learning.
And really, you don't learn these things until you do them, and then you never do them again.
Right.
So that's the only way I was going to learn. Because you could have told me that, and I would have been like, that's BS.
Yeah.
Who are you? Right?
I would give you that, yes. Who's the guy that never plants anything in the garden telling you these things he knows about the garden?
It's like, yeah, whatever. But it's true.
Yep. So it is what it is. We got 3 or 4 plants out there that are doing
the chickens are going to be chickens are going to be happy for a while until they go, again. That's it. Enough with the squash.
Yeah, that was last year. How many squashes
Because
did we give
also,
them?
these mutant squashes do not preserve over winter.
No.
Because I tried that last year, too.
Yes, I remember that.
And I had a shelf full of rotting squash.
I remember that. So, yes, they are mutant yellow-looking spaghetti squash.
Yeah, they look like they would be spaghetti squash, but they really aren't.
Yeah. So, it is what it is.
Yep.
It's learning. It's fun.
Yep, that's why we're here.
Exactly. We got to
pass on.
We got to poke a little bit of fun
to pass on our newly found knowledge.
Yep. So we're gonna jump right into the main topic right away, and that's the rabbits.
Yes.
So last episode we talked about having learned from our mistake of getting them in the shed, which was a month ago. Sorry for missing a week.
Yeah, we kind of missed one.
We got busy doing other things, and last weekend I built a new hutch for them, and it came out really nice.
It did.
So we have a 16-foot hutch outside with a shelf above it for all the nest boxes and parts and tools and all this other stuff. It's got a roof over it. I did a polycarbonate roof. It's tinted, so it's not like straight clear sun beating down on them.
Yeah.
And it's actually pretty cool underneath the thing. It gets plenty of breeze. We ended up moving the bucks into the new area, and then I did a gravity water system, so we're going to try that out and see how that works.
Yeah.
And then I think I'm going to convert the other system that has the submersible pump to a gravity system and just climb a ladder and fill it when I need to.
Yeah.
So it's less money in the long run.
Yeah, I mean, these pumps were awesome at first.
Yeah.
And then we had to buy one like every 6 months.
Yeah, the 550-gallon one that I'm using right now actually has lasted a year. And we have one sitting out there just as a backup.
Yeah.
And I've ran that thing dry a couple of times on accident, and it's been fine.
Yeah.
So, but I think we're going to switch over to gravity, so that way we don't have to pull a generator out or pull a solar system out.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems, yeah.
So, we know how long it lasts, and it's about a week, so if I got to climb up once a week to fill it up, and that's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
So, the
and
new guys...
You only have to do it 6 months out of the year anyway.
Right, exactly. I mean, it's going to be, 5 or 6 months we got to do it. But it's not a huge deal. It's just easier that way. They drink less water in the winter. It's more water in the summer because it is hot.
Along with everybody else in the world, it's very, very hot here.
Yeah, so it was 91, 92 today. And I think it was like 87 underneath the hutch.
Yeah.
So I have a thermometer under there.
Yeah, which in the shed, they would have been dying.
It would have been over 100.
Yeah.
So
literally probably dying.
Yeah, probably. So it was a wise move to get them out. It came out real nice. I like the way it's set up. We saved a doe from the current litter, which we're going to process either in the next couple days. I don't know exactly what they were going to do it. But we saved one, and the oldest decided to name her Judy Hops.
Yep. If you have kids, you know what that's from.
Exactly. Although I did like the caramel apple thought that she was going with.
Yeah, I was surprised to hear that she changed it from caramel apple.
Because caramel works, because she was like an orange chestnut type deal.
Yeah.
Like real orange tones to her, but a chestnut color.
Yeah.
So I think it would have worked. But she changed her mind.
Yep.
So the youngest doesn't really like the name, but if I find another female in there, I might hold that female back too, because it looks like a really good litter. So it's definitely a lot bigger than our last litter that we had.
Well, and maybe they are normal sized, but we're just like, oh, it's normal again.
Yeah, exactly. So I grabbed the biggest doe out of them, and she's actually the biggest one out of the litter.
Yeah, she's had her eyes on that one for a long time, hoping it was going to be a girl.
Yeah, so I did that, and I actually came up with a really good idea. So any of you guys that handle rabbits on a regular basis know they scratch the shit out of you, and it hurts. You either got to wear long sleeves and gloves, or Kevlar sleeves and gloves, or something. I was moving the boys around today. I put them in their new hutch to get our to make sure we had enough cage space in the good cages for our doe, because we have baby saver wire on the outdoor cages, which works really good for females when they have their litters. The litters don't fall through the cage wires. So I had to move the two boys out. Thor is a big boy. He is 12 to 14 pounds and just solid and grumpy, but
so sweet.
Yes. he's gotten to be a grumpy old man that loves attention. And I have these kitty litter tubs. So the kitty litter tub that has a flat flip open tops on them, they're what, 5 pound, 10 pound or something. They're the real big ones, or 40 pounds is what they are. You leave the lid on, and I just kind of jammed it in the cage and kind of worked him into a corner, and then just slid it underneath him, closed the lid, and took it out of the cage, and then I put it in the new cage and opened up the door, and I handled 3 rabbits today, and I don't have a single scratch on me.
Yeah.
So that is a huge plus. So I think I'm gonna, if I gotta move them around.
Well, hopefully they're all settled.
Yeah.
But you're gonna have to do that with does. I mean, you always have to move does around.
Yeah, I gotta move does, and I think it's a better, less pain on them and less pain on me.
Yeah.
Because they get kicking, and it's
They
real
like,
hard.
I mean, they're prey animals. They like being in small spaces and not out in the open.
Yeah, exactly. So they came out, that was my initial idea when we were moving everybody out of the shed. I did that, and I grabbed just 3 or 4 kits and threw them in one, and then grabbed the breeders and threw them in one and brought them out, and it worked out really good. And it worked out really good for moving the bucks today.
Yeah.
I did have to handle the litter today just to kind of check them, but I wore long sleeve shirt and heavy duty gloves with that. That's pretty standard with me. But yeah, everybody seems to be doing real good. We have top open cages, and I actually got some bungee cords, and I bungee cord the lid down so it's an extra step of security, so we don't have anything crawling in the cages to go after them.
Yeah.
I think that'll work out real good. And then we put some rope lights underneath because we have power right there, and why not have some lights in the winter when I go to work in the dark and I come home in the dark.
Yep.
This way I can see everybody's food, make sure everybody's got food, and we don't have any problems. And you can go out and read and have drinks underneath.
I know.
the lunch.
I want to put a little like bar table in there. Just stand there and with my glass of whiskey or something underneath
go.
the bar lights at night,
There you
or
go.
the rope lights at night.
There you go.
Yeah. I have my little writing office out there.
Exactly. So we pretty much got these cages for free, and I would say current price on lumber, I think we probably have $700 with the roof invested. The roof was over $200,
Yeah.
and it was still the cheaper deal to go that route instead of the metal tiles.
Yeah. Which we didn't want it to be dark in there all the time,
Right.
but we didn't want it to be hot and bright in there all the time.
Right. And I saw these polycarbonate panels, and I'm like, I am jumping on that. It's the same thing that Nicole has on the Taj Mahaler down at LFTN. I don't know if she's got the tinted ones or if
Yeah, I
they're the
don't
clear
know. It
ones.
seems pretty sunny under there. I can't imagine it was tinted.
Yeah. But the tinted ones were like $2 more a sheet, which is not the end of the world.
Yeah.
So I needed 8 sheets to do my run.
Processing animals makes it's easier to do it when we know that we've put money into their housing.
Yes.
And we take care of them. It's not just, throw it together and whatever. It's just food.
Right.
I mean, I think people really think that's what a lot of people do that process animals, that they don't understand that we get upset when we had to put one down and it wasn't a planned thing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, these are still living animals.
Yeah.
They need to be happy. That's really, that's top priority.
Right. And I like building stuff. I like coming up with ideas and just doing it. And it's nice when I can post a picture and go, oh, that's a nice idea. I like that. That's a good job.
Yeah.
Our original setup, I have gotten a ton of compliments. And people always ask me for plans, and I'm like, I just freaking winged it.
Yeah, we bought cages and you just kind of measured.
Yeah, we didn't even have the cages here
Yeah.
when I built that hutch. Like, I measured the cages, and I built so we can just slide the cages right in.
Yeah.
We had to change it a little bit, but the main frame was fine. But I enjoy doing stuff like that. I like coming up with ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And the next thing is how to incorporate a gravity system into something that is 7 feet tall.
Yeah, kind of going up a hill.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's going to need a ladder to get to it, but it's once a week. We got the fold-up little giant that we use for everything.
Yeah.
So, it just is going to sit out by the garage and live there.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. We are looking for another buck. So, if anybody listening has a full-size California or New Zealand or even a silver fox, I would definitely, or even a champagne, I would be very interested to start playing with one of those. But yeah, anybody in Northern Illinois, if you got something, let me know.
Yeah.
And we'll do some bartering, or I'll bring some cash and some other goodies, and I'll get a rabbit from you.
Yeah.
So I checked with our current breeder and our breeder that we always use, and he actually processed the litter last week. So it was a day late, $1 short type deal. So
that's all right.
It's okay. But
we're not like, it's not an emergency.
Right. We have the one buck. We're probably going to retire Thor and just kind of let him live out his days.
Mm-hmm. We don't think that way with a lot of animals.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just get attached.
Yeah, and I think Coco's probably going to hang out.
Mm-hmm.
We have the cage space, so I mean we could probably let Coco and Thor hang out their days.
Yeah.
They are the original rabbits, so we're missing carrot cake, but it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's pretty much everything we did with the rabbits. It was 3 days, about 24 hours, 24 to 30 hours to get that thing built and done and ready to go. And now it's just piddly little stuff. So, I got parts on order from KW Cages to finish up the water system. And then I'll have some spare parts around here if I have to rebuild any of the rabbit nibbles. So that'll be kind of nice. But I think that's pretty much it with all the rabbits.
Yep. And then you're on vacation this week, so we decided to actually kind of go on vacation. We went about 2 hours south to Peoria.
Yep.
We found that a museum there had the Body Worlds exhibit, which I remember seeing, I don't even know, 15 years ago or something. It was
before me, so
it's been 20 years ago, maybe even, at a museum in Chicago. And it's donated bodies that then they process by plastination.
Yeah.
And
it's almost like freeze drying.
It's kind of like freeze drying. They put them in this capsule and they vacuum,
something.
Everything out. I don't know. And then, inject it with this plastinate stuff, and they can pose them, and you can see, veins and all the muscles, and they're posed kind of artsy, so it's like they're actually doing things, and I just remember going and just being absolutely amazed. And one of the wildest parts was the table at the end with all the paperwork that you could just go, I think I'm going to donate my body to this. And there were people there filling it out. And it's like, you don't want to go have a coffee and think about this or something, but whatever, So they didn't have that here. But it was like a huge deal, and it was so amazing. And I saw that this place had it, and it's like, shoot, we got to take the girls. So we went down there, and it was a nice museum. We'll go back.
Yep.
We have a membership now because it was only like a $15 difference for buying the day tickets versus buying the membership for the year. So
I mean we got down there at 10 o'clock, and I think we were done like by 1.
Yeah, it's not a small museum, but it's not a whole lot going on.
Yeah.
But it was so hot that any other time there would have been There was an ice cream shop on the river. I mean, it's such a pretty area that I would have loved to have walked up and down, but it was just miserable out.
Yeah, it was supposed to be 103 down there today.
Yeah, it was amazing, the difference of going 2 hours south, just the temperature difference. So the girls had a good time. There was an art thing there that we saw, and then
I took a nap.
Yes, yeah, we in the planetarium. It was kind of a silly video, but then we went to Bass Pro Shops and went shopping for a while.
Yep, we got some new 22 targets we're going to try out. Some flippers.
Yeah.
So that'd be kind of fun.
Ding, ding.
At least see them move.
Yeah.
So set them out 100 yards or so and take some shots at them. Then we got these really... So we went to a processing place.
Yeah, so when I asked a friend of mine who lives down there, I said, is there anything that we have to go to? And she said, you've got to go to Raber Packing Company.
Yeah.
For lunch. And it's kind of like a butcher shop.
Yep.
But it had cheese and sausages, and you could kind of see them working in the background.
Yeah, it was all stuff done in-house. And then they had an entire grocery store inside.
Yeah, it was nice.
So I would definitely shop there if I was in that area.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like Reams. Almost.
Yeah, they more grocery stuff here than Reams. Reams is usually straight meat and cheese.
Yeah.
So, but it was very cool to go down there. The food was really good.
Yeah.
And it was cheap. I mean, the four of us ate for $25.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and then we got the hot dog.
Yep, we got some hot dog skewers. I don't remember what the name of the place was.
It was Little Spoon. I took a picture of it.
Yeah.
I gotta post them up and tag them. And
Yep.
It was Little Spoon Machinery or
yeah,
something. We're getting that wrong, but
yeah, I think it's a mile off.
Yeah.
But, they're two-handed little skewers that have wood handles where you can hold one handle and it spins.
Yeah, they're nice.
And then you can run it up the top to actually hold the top so you don't burn your hand when you gotta take the hot dog off or whatever you got on the end.
Yeah, we got two different kinds. One that kind of looks like a two-pronged pitchfork, and the other one was surrounding, four of them.
Yep.
So they'll come in handy.
Yeah, and they were cheap. They're $10,
$15 or something.
I mean, I couldn't build them for that.
Yeah.
So it was well worth the amount we spent on them.
Yeah.
Because we're always looking for skewers.
Yeah, and we're always, in the fall, we always are cooking over the fire.
Yep.
Hot dogs and marshmallows and all that stuff.
And inevitably, we go looking for the skewers.
And the little green, cheapy ones that everyone always gets burned on. And
yeah, girls will burn their fingers so many times on those things. So hopefully they won't do that with these, and they can sit far enough back.
Yeah.
So
that's all right.
Be something fun.
So yeah, it was a nice one-night getaway. We met some listeners, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
Brought some patches and stickers, and got some stickers from her for the girls of ones that she made.
Yeah, and I mean that's always a highlight when you go out and you meet somebody who actually follows you, and it's
wait, really?
Wait, we're nobody. And you actually have a conversation with these people, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, the museum was fun, the hotel was fun, but the highlight's always meeting somebody. Because you and I are very quiet people.
We're not people.
Yes. We are the right type of people. But yeah, we are generally not people, but it was a lot of fun. We were, an hour or so?
Yeah.
I think? So.
Yeah, I think we would have stayed longer, but I think we were tired, and everybody's ready to kind of...
Yeah, you and I didn't sleep at all that night, so it was get home and...
Yeah.
Get out of the heat and go check the animals and...
Yep.
But it was a nice trip. It was a great way to end the trip, so... I had a lot of fun, so...
Yeah.
But the girls also got a valuable thing to talk about, and I ended up getting pulled over and getting a little speeding ticket. But it is what it is.
Yes, we met a very nice DeKalb County sheriff officer.
Yes. I don't like your truck. Your truck gets going too fast.
Well,
and it doesn't take much.
No. It's very easy to go fast.
Yeah, and I've talked to many people about it. It's like going between your car and my car, they're two different things. Where you have the 5-liter V8, and that thing just gets up and goes. And it's like my car, you physically have to push it because it's a little tiny 4-cylinder. So, yeah, it's if you're not paying attention, you can get in trouble with that thing real quick.
Yeah.
So, but first time in 16 years, I'll take it.
Yep, it's me because I was in the car last time too.
Yes,
and
you were.
And I think the time before that.
No, you were No, because you weren't in when I got the warning.
Oh, okay.
That was coming back from the garage sale to go home and get something. And that's when I actually didn't have my license on me. Sorry, officer, I just changed into my church pants.
As lightning strikes.
Anybody who knows me knows the irony of that. But yeah, the first one I think was like a day after I got my Focus.
Yeah.
And I got nailed for hot rodding it around a little bit too much.
Yeah, well, it happens.
So
they got to make their money off of somebody.
Exactly. So, but yeah, 16 years, shit happens.
Yep.
So, pay the fine, walk away.
Yeah. So, it was a very nice outing. It was nice to come back. Nice to leave.
Yep. So, I would definitely do it again. We could definitely do that trip in a day.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I think we figured we'd be at the museum, like, from open to close.
Yeah. I think we were just thinking it'd be a little bit more like MSI.
Mm-hmm.
Bigger, where you could actually go there at 10 and you're there till 5 or 6.
And not see everything.
Right. So.
That's all right. It was a very nice area, nice drive. Went through a lot of cute little towns. Saw a lot of neat stuff.
Yep. So I would definitely go again.
Yep.
Nice little ride.
Yeah. So Etsy, we've got a sale going on the comfrey roots and crowns.
Mm-hmm.
I've got some links posted up everywhere. There's one on Facebook, in our Telegram chat, and on NOSTR. It's 10% off. Just kind of a end of summer, midsummer, end of summer sale.
Yep.
Comfrey can be planted really any time, as long as you can dig in your ground.
Yeah.
And it's not frozen. You can plant it, and even at the end of fall, I mean, it just won't come up until the next year.
Yeah, it might
even start to come up, but it's not gonna die. I mean, nothing really happens to it.
And we actually have an experiment we're going to do this year and get the other IBC tote going, and probably propagate one or two of the plants that we currently have in there into the new tote, and then not cover them and see if we get them to come back.
Yeah, because we wrapped it up in like plastic sheeting and covered it just to keep it from freezing, and we're gonna see if we don't even need to do that.
Yeah, because we have so much of it around the property.
Yes, yeah, it's everywhere.
So,
but yeah, I mean, if you like using it for salve, like once it goes to flower, the leaves get much smaller. You chop those down, throw them in the compost, and you've got these ginormous leaves again. Yeah.
They're like 3 feet long.
They're huge. And that's really what I take to freeze dry and make the salve with. Which I've got a new item. I wanted to make, like, I keep calling it roll on, but it's not roll on. It's salve in a lip balm tube that you could just throw in your pocket or have it in your purse, take it out, rub it on, whatever. And I've got them all made up, and I ordered labels that ended up being too big. So I'm like, shoot, I'm just going to carry one around with me while we're out and about for the next week and just make sure it's not going to liquefy, in your pocket. And it's perfectly solid.
Yeah, it's tallow based.
It's the tallow based with beeswax, so it's hardy.
Yeah, exactly. It's not the coconut oil that
liquefies really easily. So, and I was gonna stop doing the coconut oil altogether, just because I had so many issues of people getting it and me not thinking to tell them, don't open it until you let it sit for a little bit. And they opened it and some of it spilled out. And yeah, so it was kind of a mess. But more people said that they do like the coconut oil, so I didn't discontinue it, but I do really like the tallow.
Yeah. So it's we're now shipping the coconut oil vacuum sealed.
Yes, vacuum sealed with a note that says, put this in the refrigerator for at least an hour before you open it.
Yep.
And keep it in a cool place because it will continue to liquefy. I mean, coconut oil kind of tells you if it's hot out or not.
Yeah, it does. So, it is what it is.
Yep.
But it's a learning curve.
Yeah.
We figure this stuff out, and I'll be very interested to see how the lip balm things work out.
Yeah.
And they're not lip balm, but...
Right, they're not lip balm, they're just...
They're in the tubes.
Yeah.
So...
Like comfrey salve to go or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
If you have an idea of a catchy name, let me know.
Yeah. I'll have to throw one in my medical bag that I carry everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't change at all, so it could sit.
Because you left one in your truck for a while.
I left one in my truck for a while, and that was in the tin.
Yeah.
But it got a tiny bit softer, but hardly anything.
Cool.
So yeah.
So that works out real good. So if you're in a hot area, buy the tallow.
Yes.
If you're in a cold area, buy the coconut oil.
Yeah, or the tallow. Both of them.
Yeah.
The tallow will work everywhere. The coconut oil is a little bit more finicky.
So, but yeah, I think that's pretty much everything for this week, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we will see you guys next time.
See you on the homestead, where something is always growing, eating, or cooking.